So this video will be my spoiler review for the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. If you enjoyed this video today, feel free to like and subscribe for future Marvel content. This is a spoiler warning for the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, which is now available on Disney+. So recapping the story, the special begins with Kraglin telling all the Guardians minus Peter and Groot, I believe, about how Yondu had ruined Christmas for Peter when he was a child, and there was like a small flashback and stuff like that. This then leads to the information that they reveal to us that the Guardians have actually bought Nowhere from the Collector, which I feel like is an interesting tidbit of information. I feel like that had to have been an incredibly large amount of money, and it also shows that the Collector is alive, supposedly, because obviously, you know, the events with him in Infinity War, well, we didn't actually see the real him. We saw a projection of the Collector with the Reality Stone by Thanos, so we might see the Collector again at some point in the MCU period. But anyway, so a group of aliens had gotten Earth instruments and made a song about Christmas, but they went off of a bunch of secondhand information from like Rocket and different Guardians and stuff like that. Basically, the only person who knew about Christmas was Peter, and he told a bunch of other people who then told these aliens and stuff like that. So the song ended up not really being that much about Christmas, which was a funny little bit that they did. And then after the song, Mantis tells Drax that she wants to do something special for Peter because she reveals to us at least, you know, it seems like it was already revealed to Drax, that she is Peter's sister. So they decide that they should give him Kevin Bacon as a present because Peter always talks about him and stuff and how he's his hero. So they go to Earth to find Kevin Bacon, and they start by walking down the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and it seems like there's a bunch of people cosplaying as different Avengers and stuff like that. And there was a funny moment where they saw a cosplayer dressed as Captain America, which caused Mantis to run up and yell Steve and tackle and hug him and stuff like that, but then obviously he ran away, so it was funny. And then they spend the day taking pictures with various people and tourists and stuff like that, and then they spend the night partying in different clubs, and they get like super drunk, which was funny. And then eventually they find a map to Kevin Bacon's house. So they break into his house, and he calls the cops in the middle of them breaking him, and they chase him down. But the cops end up showing up while they're chasing him down, and they manage to stop the cops without killing them. And Mantis uses her powers to make Kevin Bacon willingly come with them. But before they leave Earth, they decide to hit up a Christmas shop to get a whole bunch of Christmas decorations and stuff. So they go back to Nowhere, and they set up a bunch of Christmas decorations to surprise Peter, but he notices that the big present that they got him is moving, so he opens it and sees that it's Kevin Bacon. So Peter yells at them saying that you can't give a human being as a present and that it's human trafficking, which is pretty funny. And then Kevin Bacon runs, but they manage to get him back, and Kraglin is about to take Kevin Bacon back to Earth when he tells Kevin about this Christmas story and about Peter and why Mantis and Drax did what they did. So Kevin Bacon decides to stay a little bit and performs a Christmas song with the aliens while everybody is celebrating and giving each other presents, with Groot getting a Game Boy from Peter, and then Nebula actually gets Rocket Bucky's arm, which I'm sure it's obviously meant to be a quick little funny tidbit, but I feel like the implications of this are also pretty funny. Like, did Nebula manage to beat Bucky in a fight and get the arm, or does Bucky now have a new arm, like a completely new arm, or will it be a quote-unquote new arm, but it looks exactly identical to the previous one that Nebula took? I don't know. It's just kind of funny to think about. And then after the song is over, Peter says it was the best Christmas ever, and he has a touching moment with Mantis, where Peter also reveals that Yondu didn't actually ruin that Christmas because he had a change of heart, and then he actually gave Peter his blasters as a Christmas present. So Mantis then also takes this moment to tell Peter that she's his sister, and Peter says that that's the best present he could have ever asked for in a little sweet moment. And then the special ends, and there is a post-credit scene with Rocket and Cosmo decorating Groot with Christmas lights and stuff, because obviously he's a tree, but Groot ruins it by moving, and then Rocket says, Cosmo says now Christmas is ruined, and then Rocket says now they have to do another special, which is obviously just soft breaking the fourth wall, but in just a small funny way. So that's all for the holiday special. It wasn't meant to be a super serious thing. It was obviously meant to just be a kind of small, cute Christmas thing, which obviously ties into the greater of the MCU, but not hard enough to where you need to know any hardcore concrete information beforehand and stuff like that. I will say the two main things that I will mention. So the first thing is Groot. So Groot, they mentioned that Groot's still kind of a kid, so I don't know if he's meant to be like a young adult or something like that, like maybe 18 years old and stuff, because he was like a teenager before, kind of. But I do say I don't know how I feel about Groot's design in this. I would imagine that he's not going to look different in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'm assuming he's going to look the exact same he does in this. I probably would have personally rather them made him look like his adult self again, like in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. And I say again as if they're the same person. I know that the Groot that we know now is technically not the same Groot from Guardians 1. I'm aware of that. But I just like the Groot design from Guardians 1 a little bit more than what we got in the holiday special. I feel like the version of Groot that we got in the holiday special is like, I don't know, the head I feel like was just a little too big. I don't know. The design was just a little weird. It wasn't bad, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's new. It's kind of hard to get used to, so I might warm up to it if it's the same design in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And then the second thing, obviously, which really isn't that big of a deal, is it didn't really set up Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 too much. It did obviously establish to us that Mantis is Peter's sister, and it did also establish that the Guardians have bought Nowhere from the Collector, but it didn't establish anything else too serious, which isn't that big of a deal. I would have wished that there was a post-credit scene that maybe set up Guardians 3 a little bit, but I know it's a holiday special, and it's meant to be watched every year around the holidays, so, you know, it's not necessarily meant to connect super in-depth to anything else. So I do understand why they chose not to do that. But overall, I thought it was a fun little special, you know. I don't know what I would rate it, maybe like an 8 out of 10 or something. It was just, you know, a holiday special. It is what it is. It was funny, it was cute, and I'm sure some people will watch it around the holidays continuously, and I think it fits well into that type of holiday genre and stuff like that. So comment down below if you enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, and if you enjoyed this video today, feel free to like and subscribe for future Marvel content. I appreciate you for watching the video.